All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more complexity casting action. HoN Tour Diamond number 2 going on here. Winners round 1 between Complexity and Pikachu. Complexity takes game 1 in 16 minutes, dominating fashion. And Pikachu's gonna bring it back here. Otherwise, we're gonna have a very quick 2-0 series. I'm your casting host, Beef. Joining me is Lalond from Stay Green. Lalond, what are they gonna have to do here in game number 2?
Well, first of all, definitely draft better. Just pick a safe lineup, like a good dual stun lane, a hard carry, a jungler, and a suicide. That's like the safest thing to do. As you can see, though, Pika banned Magmus and Fade. It's not engineered Fade, but they're banning those really strong dual lane heroes.
Yeah, they really did not want to let those ones go through. And Fade, there's a reason that we see her blind banned so often. And if not blind banned, just
first picked.
Standard banned or first picked. Yeah, because
she's like the new Tundra nowadays. Tundra used to always be the one that was blind banned or first picked.
Yeah, that Burning Shadows is so strong. And just her constant map mobility, her map awareness as a result of that reflection, the clear vision that it grants. She's just a fantastic hero, extremely strong hero, but not going to see her in this game. The other bans, of course, Magmus, Fade, Wild Soul, Parasite. So Magmus does a lot of the same stuff, but they're denying a couple of heroes to B-Kid. That's for sure.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to this. I actually like seeing affiliate in the games because there's a lot of action.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people
true.
don't like playing against a hero because it's really annoying with the creeps, but I do like seeing affiliate in the games because it's most of the time an active jungler.
Yeah, she is certainly an active jungler wanting to participate in those ganks. And even if she's not able to set up the ganks, then she's going to be working on pushing down some of those towers. So I like seeing that. Other than Ophelia, though, we have the Engineer, Keeper of the Forest, Aluna, Glacius, and Tempest going to round out the lockpick. So you got your Keeper of the Forest, your Ophelia, and your Tempest in there. 3 of the stronger pushing junglers, and then 3 great supports as well.
Yeah, there's your locked Aluna that you didn't see last game.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting that she wasn't banned or picked last game?
Yeah, I mean, it was, but as you can see what Pika was trying to do, they were trying to do that heal, keep armor on a live strat.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, a long time ago when Fnatic used to play, they actually tried that in a scrim and got destroyed. But, yeah, I mean, guess it's worth a try. I like trying new things. I think player skill-wise and team skill-wise, Pika has to pull something that Complexity hasn't gone against or isn't used to beat them. I think that's what they have to do to try to beat them, because I think as a player-wise and team-wise, when it comes to skill, I do think Complexity is better.
Yeah.
So they have to try to do something that'll throw them off their game.
Yeah, I agree. They do need to pull something out a little bit off the wall, but maybe that last one a little bit too out there.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Ban's going out now. Zichi over for the Pika team. He's starting out with Tundra and Miraxis, getting rid of a couple of those Strength Initiator type heroes. And he finishes off with Nymphora, so wants to deny the global presence of that support hero. What do you think about those bans?
Well, I mean, Complexity banned the same heroes they did last game. They obviously don't want to get cheesed. And Zichi banned the Miraxis from last game. I do think banning Tundra is good. I mean, Moon plays notably one of the best Tundras in HoN, His Tundra's very strong. But banning the Nymphora, I don't see a point in banning that hero, especially when you've banned like Magmus and Fade and stuff. And if you're gonna pick Pebbles too, I don't know why would if you're gonna first pick Pebbles, why would you ban Nymphora? I'm kind of confused on that ban, but
Yeah, that's kind of true.
like you banned the initiators and like heroes that can utilize Nymphora very well, and then you first pick Pebbles, but you banned Nymphora.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do choose to stick with that Pebbles. I mean, what kind of supports other than, say, Nymphora really do synergize well with that Pebbles? Are you going to put it with the Glacius or the Aluna from the lockpick? Or are you going to branch out?
Either is fine. Glacius or Aluna, either of them are fine. Those are probably the 2 better ones than Nymphora, like the 2 other good choices. So that's probably what's going to end up happening.
Voodoo Jester?
No.
Yeah?
No.
Voodoo Jester? I think
I'm
we're going to see a Voodoo Jester pick here.
No, I'm sorry. That hero is... No.
No, he's awesome.
Just no.
Nova would beg to differ. And I'm on Nova's side with this one. I think the hero's awesome.
I mean, hey, if you want to try something new, cool. But it's Luna Glacius just offer better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
They
could
offer
agree.
more to the team than Voodoo Jester does. He has a cask that can get disjointed. He has a curse that's relatively hard to land against good players.
He has a cask that can be disjointed, or it can stun like 3 players for like 14 seconds. Huh? Huh?
Or you can have a guaranteed stun from the Glacius or a Luna.
All right. Wretched Hag and Hammerstorm are the next 2 picks coming out of the Complexity lineup. 2 heroes that they ran quite a bit last weekend against SG. Both games that they won against SG, they ran a Hammerstorm being played by B-Kid, and I believe that they ran Wretched Hag quite a bit as well. So going back to something they're a little bit comfortable with from last weekend. If you didn't catch any of those games, you can make sure to read all about it over at ComplexityGaming.com, where the HoN Weekly Breakdown was published yesterday. It has recaps from all those games and links to the VODs, courtesy of HoNcast. So, what do you think about Complexity's lineup, though, building around this Hag and Hammerstorm?
I love Hammerstorm as a hero. I think he should be used a lot more. He's really strong. The Hag is so good. Some would argue that Hag is better than Bubbles and Bubbles is better than Hag. When it comes to laning, I do feel Bubbles has the advantage, but when it comes to late game, I do feel Hag just has the better carry potential.
Yeah, in that late game, having that innate blink, as Trough always says, saving that 2150 gold, so then he can use that toward getting a couple of those immediate lockdown items.
Exactly.
Very, very nice. Although Bubbles, he does have that kelp field, which is extremely nice, and the ability to really, really be hard to kill with his take cover. So.
What's with the Rhapsody pickup by Pika? They must love that hero. I mean, I think last game he's like, you banned my Demented Shaman, so now I have to play Rhapsody. I thought he was joking, but
I guess that is true. But Draconis Rhapsody coming out, so going with the hard carry, not an Armadon this time.
They're gonna give them Engineer Hammerstorm.
It's certainly a possibility if they go.
Ophelia, I think they're gonna pick Ophelia Engineer. What do you think?
I think they will go. Yeah, I think that. Or you might swap out the Ophelia for Tempest, but you don't want to give the Ophelia to the other team. So I think you're right.
Yeah, but the Engineer. Come on, you want to do the Engineer. I mean, they could do, I guess,
any of those supports.
But I do think Engineer.
Oh, a Luna.
Guess I'm wrong. Okay.
A Luna, yeah. So Tempest should be the last pick here? Maybe. It
depends.
could be.
That actually pretty smart suicide tree with Tempest Jungle.
Yeah.
Pebbles, Rhapsody middle with safe lane Draconis. That's pretty strong.
That's a very, very strong team for sure. We'll see if that is in fact what they pick up, or if they choose to go with the double stun lineup.
Oh, he random Tempest.
Oh.
I bet you that's what they wanted, though.
A bold move. But yeah, the Legion team now finishes out with the Tempest. In addition to that Keeper of Forest, they picked up the Tempest and the counter to Tempest. I really do feel like that was one of the reasons that Complexity didn't go with Tempest instead of the Ophelia there, is that the other team already had Keeper of the Forest.
Yeah, that was smart. They're like, there's no reason to get a Tempest. Once Keeper gets a portal key, pretty much just counters the hero, so...
Yeah, for sure. But this is a very strong... Oh, well, I've been removed from the lobby.
Yeah, they need to fix that. I think that's what Pika got too when they're saying.
When they randomed right there, yeah. There was like 8 seconds left and that came up. But yeah, Pika's lineup looks very standard, but also very strong.
What? They gotta win by forfeit?
I don't even know.
Oh my god.
I don't pay attention to all that stuff.
That's all. Buggy coding.
All I pay attention to is the games. Wait, what? Are they gonna run Tempest Suicide? No. Why is Tempest going up there? He's just gonna go deny.
I hate Tempest Suicide unless you're Hellborn.
Yeah.
Strictly for the fact that you can go to the Ancients on Hellborn Suicide Tempest. You can't really go to the Ancients on Legion. Tree is just a much better Suicide hero in my opinion. But
yeah, I agree.
Who knows what they're... Maybe he's going there to deny.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. They've already put the ward on to Keeper of the Forest, and they wanted to pause immediately because if anybody has to get to that lane ASAP, it is your suicide player. Trying to get that ward down and then get back to get the regen on something like that.
Are they going to do Draconis middle with Rhapsody Pebbles bottom? I'm not a big fan of that because the fact that if you do Rhapsody Pebbles middle, you're more likely to get kills. Pebbles likes getting that bottle, and you can have Rhapsody rune control for the Pebbles. It just seems better in my opinion.
I agree
that they're gonna pseudo tri-lane top with the Ophelia, so complexity is so.
They might.
Yeah,
they might. I've seen this a couple times.
That's true. They could safe lane the Hag and then pseudo tri-lane bottom.
Yeah, I think they'll aggressive tri-lane bottom.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, in the last couple times that I've seen it, they've either run the Hammerstorm as a farmer top, or they've run the Ophelia man up in a pseudo tri-lane aggressively bottom. And I think that's what they're going to do. Put Shams in the middle lane, Hammerstorm with the Aluna bottom, Ophelia jungling. That's what it appears.
Yeah, that's smart. I mean, Hag's going to get farm actually, because I mean they have to have Hag as a carry with this lineup, Hag and Hammerstorm. Torture carry the mid game, the early and mid game. Yeah,
Hag versus Keeper of the Forest up there in the top lane. They'll probably split that pretty evenly, won't they?
I don't know. Keeper, even without a hatchet, hits for like 70 or something. Yeah, 65, 57, 65.
Oh, Pebbles is going to be in some trouble. Out comes the Hammerstorm Stun, the chain reaction. The power throws are there. The auto attacks, nice stalagmites, but not going to be enough. Last hit comes out to Moon Meander on the Ophelia, and down goes E27. Not the way to start off for your initiator.
Yeah, it's weird because last game they used the courier to scout. This game they didn't, and still fed first blood.
Yeah, and both times they gave up the first blood.
Huh.
So, well, things looking a little bit rough for Pikachu already, as they're having to contend with a 3,900 GPM Ophelia.
Oh yeah, it's 2,000 now for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going down. It was like 35,000 for a very brief second.
If I was Tempest right now, I would just head to the Hellborn jungle immediately right now. I would not waste my time in the Legion jungle. Especially with Aluna and Ophelia roaming. I would just not waste my time.
Yeah, for sure. I really do like this Hammerstorm pickup that Complexity and a couple other teams have been running recently. He synergizes so well with so many of the other heroes that these teams like to run. And he's just able to get the farm. He's able to be initiator. He's able to just be so versatile. He's able to pick up the portal key like B-Kid likes to do on most of his heroes, but he's also able to just get farmed and become a carry if they need him to.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of this ward that Zichi placed here. I think it could have been placed... I mean, I like the fact that he wants a ward there, but I do feel it could have been placed in a better area to see more.
Yeah, up just a few hundred units
if the lane pushes, they're not going to have vision.
Yeah, I agree. Just a few hundred units up, down. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few units up to the right, too.
Yep, and chop the tree.
The tree doesn't... Yep.
Yep, I completely agree with you there. Lalond, we're so smart. We're so smart and good-looking. Like, it's a match made in heaven here for us to be casting together.
Yeah, you know, some people are gifted.
You know, I'm gifted in being smart and good-looking. Ophelia doing her offensive jungle thing down here with her Minotaur, getting those stuns off. But Tempest is very, very soon going to find out that the rest of his jungle is no longer available to him. And he's probably going to be a little bit upset about that. He might try to go for a kill. No, runs out of elemental replicates.
Yeah, that jungle ward that Franzi put is very good. It makes sure that Ophelia doesn't get killed. See right here, Ophelia gets to control these three camps. Two of them which have a chance of spawning a Minotaur or a Catman or something like that. And Tempest is left with a small camp and that hard camp right there.
Yeah, Tempest, I agree with you. He does need to go the opposite
and
jungle.
The fact that Moon can rune control bottom easier. Like, it's just... Tempest should be going top and rune controlling top. Like, he should not be in this jungle.
I agree with you there. Wretched Hag having to use a health potion up in the top lane if we actually take a look at the CS up there. Wretched Hag currently 7-0 as opposed to the 9-2 of Tree, so...
Actually gets caught on bottom by Hammerstorm stun. Some of the Minotaur.
Oh! Last hit comes out for Moon. He's up to 2-0 now.
Oh, that's the really annoying part of Affiliate. You have a creep that has like what 1,000 HP, yeah,
Yeah,
1,175.
almost
And just
1200. Yeah.
you can just dive a tower with that. Have the tower hit the creep and just get a kill and back out.
Yeah, Pikachu. Their middle lane is strong. Their Draconis against the Torture, that should be fine, but the possibility for Ophelia to be ganking that Draconis at some point from behind, especially now that Tempest has roamed up to that top lane, their Draconis could be in some trouble now too, and I feel like Complexity once again they've kind of outlaned their opponents.
Yeah, I would agree that he would be in trouble, but they do have, as long as they keep that Rune Ward bottom, Draconis will be fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Draconis is destroying Sham's middle. I mean, 19 to 9, 8 compared to 8 to 2.
Yeah.
Has a bottle already.
Wretched Hag in some trouble up in top lane, perhaps, as Tempest is there. The Elementals are there. Glacial Blasts and finish him off with a couple auto attacks. Nur picks up that kill. So, nice job there. Able to get the roam, get the farm.
They finally made that adjustment that I was talking about.
Yeah, they definitely needed to. It's a little unfortunate because Tempest doesn't take to the opponent's jungle as well as somebody like Ophelia does.
Yeah, at least not until you get a mana ring.
Yeah.
If he gets harassed and gets his mana push and knocked off, it really hurts him.
Yeah, that is certainly true. But Tempest and Keeper of the Forest, two strong pushers now on the top side of the map. They're gonna be looking to put pressure on this tower. Shouldn't be able to take it now, but maybe in the next couple of minutes that tower might get knocked down.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been watching Moons of Phil, he's been getting Catman and Minotaur left and right.
He's pretty lucky.
He's getting that lucky, that Chessie luck when he comes to Ophelia. Seems to always have 3 Minotaurs or something stupid.
Yeah, Chessie's lucky on Ophelia, like Monkey Kings are lucky on Hastrons, always. Monkey Kings are consistently hasted, every time. Like,
well, yeah, they have the ultimate, the cloud.
No, even other than that.
I know.
Book coming very close to dropping up that top lane, has to use the health potion so that he is safe, but nice job from Haxorn to harass him down, and he will actually break the health potion, so Book going to be about half life for now, and with that Sonar Scream coming out, he's getting a lot lower, actually. He might have to back off and go get some regen.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, though. Like, the Ophelia is able to control the rune bottom, help Shams get the regen rune, help him recover middle, as to where if Tempest was rune controlling, it would guarantee that Draconis dominates mid, but now Torture's been able to catch up, he's able to get that regen rune, able to stay mid, Draconis has to go back and heal.
Bottom lane. Pebble's in some trouble. He's being chased out. The Hammerstorm stun comes in. The Ophelia minions are there to do some damage as well. And down he goes. Moonmeander does not get the kill this time. Galvanize activated. They're going to try to get Rhapsody. Oh, a nice turnaround. No! Aluna will actually finally fall in there. A great hero block. And utilizing those creeps as well. Hammerstorm throw comes out. Rhapsody goes down. Top tower goes down as well. A good turnaround there on Aluna, but still losing both of their players in that bottom lane. Pika falling behind once again.
I estimate the Hammer probably has a portal key around 10-minute mark, the latest.
Yeah, do you think he'll go naked portal key before any kind of a mana regen item? Or?
Well, he has treads, which you can tread swap to int,
True.
So I think he'll probably get the portal key first off.
Alright. I wouldn't mind seeing something like a Mystic Vestments and maybe a Chalice or a Power Supply first, but I think that Naked Portal Key would work just fine as well. Now, I was talking about how Pika's falling behind. It's true in that bottom lane, but with that tower push and with a great farm on Draconis, Tempest, and Keeper of the Forest, they're actually maintaining an equal experience and gold lead. It's essentially equal at this point.
I think Aluna definitely needs to go top and start power throwing the lane. They're going to give up 2 free towers this early on in the game. It's going to help the Pebbles catch up, because the Pebbles is getting dominated bottom. It's going to help him catch up, get the portal key a lot sooner. If Aluna were to go top and help stop the pushes.
Oh, Invisible Torture is here. Going to try to land something onto a couple of these players. Root comes out, chain reactions there. Power Throw comes in, missing, but does hit on Tempest. A couple more auto attacks. One more, and Tempest will fall. Great job from Shams there. Picks up the double tap. Going to be able to get the deny the tower. Yep. One more hit. Deny comes out.
They definitely overextended. I mean, Haxorn baited him pretty well, but they should have seen that coming, and Jacona should have called missing middle.
Team? Why do you call missing middle?
Why you not call missing team?
But in Pikachu, they did overextend, like you said. They lost a couple of players and got that tower denied. Now, that top lane is pushed out pretty damn far, so farming the jungle is going to be a little bit harder for the Complexity team now without the map control afforded to them by those 2 towers. And they're going to need to place a couple wards to keep themselves safe in that location now.
Has Draconis gotten a single rune this game?
I don't think so. Pebbles trying to throw back Hammerstorm. Rhapsody is there with the staccato stuns now. Hammerstorm throw goes out as well as the Ophelia's gift, and Pika able to just walk away from there. With the stats on that Hammerstorm, he is of course pretty damn tanky at 1100 life. Now 4 players for the Complexity team going to try to get a kill down here bottom, maybe push that tower.
Yeah, I don't know, like that haste rune, I expected him to make something of it, but he's just farming the jungle. I think he popped a little too soon.
What was that he popped too soon?
The haste rune, I think he popped it a little too soon.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Ophelia's gift. I was like, wait, what?
No, that was fine. That was perfectly fine.
Sorry, that's what I get for having selective hearing sometimes.
Yeah, but like I said, like the Vis rune from Torture got to kill top. He got the Reason rune, helped the recovered middle. Just him getting these free runes is helping him.
Yeah. Bottom lane, they're going in deep. Stalagmites come out onto Torture. The Emerald Lightning is there. Chain reaction. Where's the chain reaction? Down goes Pebbles with the chain reaction. Elemental Void coming out, catching 2. Draconis is there. Activates Cataclysmic Assault. Blazing Flight, and 2 players will drop for Complexity. Gonna get the minions as well. And so coL, although they got that 1 kill, they're gonna get the tower denied. Yeah, tower is now in deny range and lost 2 players in return. So nice job from Pika.
Very well played by Pika. I mean, they got the middle tower as well, by the way.
Oh, too. Nice.
And that was really good. They denied bottom, got 2 kills, and got the middle tower. That was really good. And now they're probably going to get this bottom tower as well.
Haxrin trying to get a push onto top lane. Pebbles TP's in. Stalagmites do miss, and Haxrin is maybe going to stick around. His tower is going to go into deny range most likely, and bottom tower, like you said, being pushed at the same time.
Oh, this is going to be a pretty long game because B-Kid went the Hand of Midas or Alchemist Bones route.
Oh.
That means he plans on taking this a little bit longer than normal.
Certainly no 16-minute game.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. Just get them. I mean, he has to compete against a Draconis farm too, so I guess it's understandable.
Haxrin's trying to get the last hit on this tower up here. It's still at 56 HP. That's about 3 auto attacks. And Pebbles is trying to get the deny. Hax does not want to jump in there and get comboed down, and Pebbles will be able to get the deny on that. So great job. Both of the towers pushed by Complexity have been denied by Pikachu. So making sure to keep their gold lead as a result.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens. You have Tempest Tree on the same team. You're going to get early towers.
Yeah, for sure. But that Midas, like you mentioned from Hammerstorm, he is currently 375 gold per minute. As Pebbles in some trouble up top, he's going to chuck air tag. Moonmeander gets his, what is that, 4th kill? 4, 1, and 2. Doing work on this Ophelia.
This is why I love Ophelia. It's active jungler.
Very, very active jungler.
It's not like a Legionnaire or something where you're just AFK farming to like level 12 or whatever when you get a portal key and stuff.
I like to play Legionnaire where you get early phase boots instead of Helm of the Black Legion and get very, very active, but doesn't necessarily work in top 16 diamond games like it does in a 1700 pub.
Absolutely not. That hero doesn't probably work as well as you wanted it to in these games because he's gets fucked when you get harassed, or messed up when you get harassed.
Yeah. Yeah, certainly, and well, both teams content to just do a little bit of farming. Ophelia trying to get the push on top lane. Stalagmite's going to come in as well as a chuck. A nice Ophelia's gift, though, to keep those creeps up high on life. Make sure not to give those up, and she will back up now. Might have to use a stomp from a Catman or two. No, she will be safe as Keeper of the Forest comes in. She's picked up that Astrolabe as well as the Ring of Sorcery. Not going for an early portal key, just like we saw in the last game out of the Keeper of the Forest.
I like the fact that by 12 minutes the Ancients are tripled around the level where you can start doing them with like Hag and Torture and Hammerstorm. That's a good job by Franzi. And Rhapsody double stack the Ancients for Draconis. Little rough, but he can still do it.
Yeah, he'll be just fine. That Blazing Flight and Fiery Barrage, I can never remember what that one's called.
I did like the pickup of the Iron Shield on Draconis. I mean, it's not really an item you see too much, but against a Torture who's going to keep harassing in middle lane, it probably would help him win as well.
Yeah, gives a little bit of damage, a little bit of armor, and of course that shield effect as a Catman champion gets spammed down in the middle lane. Ophelia might be in some trouble as the pause comes out. Is Ophelia in a predicament?
Nah, sidestep. I'm just kidding. He's so
Sidestep?
dead. He's so dead.
If Moon sidesteps his way out of this...
Nah, he's definitely dead.
Oh man, I will rip a page out of my book and eat it. Like...
Oh, in that case, let me whisper him. I'm just kidding.
Moon, sidestep all this.
Let him live. I want to see him eat a page.
We will see. I don't want to eat a page. Probably cut up my bowels or something. Ophelia does take a lot of damage, and down she goes. My book will remain intact as... Oh, nice job there. The Vagabond leader is able to get the last hit. Loses the Catman and the Vagabond, though. So that's a little bit unfortunate. You always get a little bit worried when you're having Ophelia on your team. And
give him all those creeps.
Yeah, you give them all those creeps, and you're not only giving them to the opposing team, but you take that farm away from your own team.
But I mean, like, because of the aggressive tri-lane, I mean, Hammer is able to farm the Legion jungle, and Alchemist bones the camp. So.
Yep, just watched him outbones a Vagabond leader. 300 gold in his pocket. Is it still 300? I haven't had a Midas since
and
back
he has
when
the
you could
portal
get...
key probably in the next minute.
Yeah, not bad. Keep of the Forest doing a little bit of skulking around in the Hellborn jungle. Chain Reaction's going to come out that does not reveal him just yet. And he will be able to get out of there. Sham's just doing a little bit of stacking and jungling himself. Both teams doing a little bit of farming. There's a lot of rich people in this game, though. 3 players above 300 gold per minute for the Complexity team. And Hammerstorm way up there at 450. On the other side, got a 430 Draconis, 330 Tempest, and a 386, getting very close to 400 on the Keeper of the Forest.
Yeah, that's all due to a lot of the towers, though.
That's true.
The Complexity has 4 people above 300 GPM, and that's with 2 tower denies.
Very, very true. So when they do get some more towers, either of these teams, and the tower score is 3-4 currently in favor of the Pikachu team. They were able to get that top tier 2 tower, which did get denied. Yeah, it did. So Complexity, when they are able to start pushing some more, we'll see if the gold lead starts to extend, as they are up now. Only about 500 gold in experience, so...
Yeah, it's still a really close game, I mean...
Very much so, yeah.
They have the Dargon.
The Dragon certainly farming well, up at 432 gold per minute. Significantly behind the Hammerstorm, who did opt to go for a Mighty Blade, so he's going to be working on a Shrunken Head before he goes Portal Key.
Guess he just doesn't want to make me look stupid, but that's okay. I do like the Draconis is going the Geometer's Bane first item. I mean, a lot of them go No Stone first.
Yeah.
But I do like the Geometer's Bane first item Draconis.
That's
what he goes.
What's the advantage of that over the Nullstone?
Just disjoining and confusion. I don't know. The Nullstone is good, but like what? Okay, I'm just kidding. I forgot they had Hammerstorm. I'm retarded. He's retarded. He should go Nullstone. I was like, wait a second. For a second, I thought the Hellborn had the tree. I was like, oh, I'm dumb. Okay, I take that back. He should have gone Nullstone. My bad.
Firebrand allows him to farm a little bit more effectively, and of course, the finished Nullstone will allow him to farm too, but I'd like to see Firebrand into Nullstone. That's my choice. As now Complexity, they're looking at Kongor. He's already at half life, so dropping pretty quickly.
I was like, why did I say that? Oh, that's right. Trees and Legion. God, I'm retarded.
So as this Kongor will be going down relatively soon here, Sham's gonna pick this up, or Hammerstorm or Hag gonna make their way over?
I think it'll be Shams actually.
Yep. So always having a second mana pool there for Torture, not a bad thing, as he gets sent back to town, gets his regen on. Wretched Hag up in the top lane. She's finished up in Arcana. Now has that Mighty Blade, so she's going to be working on a Hellflower and Shrunken Head at some point here, but kind of working on both of them at the same time.
Well, I do like the Mighty Blade play. At first, it's like a lot of people, when they play Soul Stealer, they go the Mighty Blade before they go Portal Key.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that he went Mighty Blade before finishing his Hellflower, because it gives him that extra HP. If he were to rush the Hellflower, he'd have like 800 HP as Hag or something.
Yeah, and that would be Very, very squishy. Could be susceptible to a Pebbles combo.
Exactly.
He has picked up his portal keys. Only level 10. Which is a little bit unfortunate for him. His combo's going to be relatively weak as there's engagement in the jungle. Tempest in some trouble as the Torment's going to be coming out, and down he goes. Hammerstorm throw not even needed. Torture in the front lines.
Portal key on...
Oh, a nice stomp onto Pebbles. Power throw going to hit a couple. Torture going to be in some trouble. He does have the token of life, so he will come back up. He does go down. Coming back up right now. Hammerstorm comes in. He wants to make something happen, but it looks like the Legion team going to try to retreat. Galvanize activated. Emerald Lightning goes out onto Pebbles. He is able to portal key in time. Root going to keep a couple players active, but Shrunken Head being activated now on to that Hammerstorm, but not able to actually find anybody to kill with it. So 10 seconds.
That was a waste of a charge. That sucks.
10-second Shrunken Head now down.
Yeah, that was actually a really good team fight for Pika because he got rid of the token, and Pebbles was able to escape.
Yeah, they lost Tempest, who is back now. He does have his portal key, so they got to be very careful for that big elemental void. Ophelia coming in.
So they know it's down because he used
it. Oh, it is. I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
I did not even see it get used. Did it get interrupted real quick, or did he just die?
I think it got stunned by Hammerstorm because he stayed out. He got the Torture and the Ophelia in his ult, and then got stunned by Hammerstorm.
I see. Complexity content to just back up a little bit now. Hammerstorm has been leveling up his Mighty Swing with 1 point in Galvanize. He's going for that Cleave build. You like that one? Get that farm a little bit more and lay out some more damage in the team fights?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, how else is he going to kill his stacks? Basically gets a free Rune Axe.
It's better than a Rune Axe. It's 60% at level 4
Oh,
as opposed to...
that's right. Yeah, so, I mean, it's better.
40.
Rune Axe is what?
40.
40, I think? Yeah, it's better than Rune Axe, but you know what I mean.
I remember a while ago they were talking about a change coming out where they were going to give Hammerstorm like 3 strength per level in Mighty Swing.
Huh?
Yeah, that was like a year
kidding,
ago.
Right?
That was like a year ago.
Okay.
And so he would have like a 12 strength passive for leveling up Mighty Swing.
No thanks. That's cool.
That'd be pretty strong.
Like the hero isn't. I don't think Hammerstorm is broken. I think he's a fine hero. I don't think he needs anything.
I think that in the last few weeks, people are kind of realizing that his versatility is great to have him on your team because he can play that secondary support role. He can play that initiator role. He can even go into the full carry status. So, depending on what you want him for in your lineup, he's able to do a lot of things. And in that lockpicking phase, versatility is very, very nice to have on your heroes.
Plus, he has one of the coolest skins. So,
that rat skin is so cool. I think that might actually be one of the reasons people started picking him up. That's like 3 months old.
A lot of reasons people start picking heroes are because of skins, sadly.
It's true.
They're like, oh, this skin's cool, I'm going to play. And then they realize the hero's actually not as bad as they thought it was.
Yeah. That is very, very true. And that rat skin is so cool. I don't know why it has a triple chip roll on its shoulder, but well, it can't be perfect. Keeper of the Forest picks up his portal key and a Geometer's Bane on Draconis now coming up the middle lane. They're going to look to push out their 5th tower.
This is where you question. I don't know if Complexity really or not Complexity. I don't know if Pika really needs to push. I mean, they have a Draconis.
Oh, Pebbles goes in onto Ophelia. Chuck back after the Stalagmites. And Ophelia's gift comes out. Ophelia will die. Skeleton King.
That was really bad for...
Yeah, and loses all of his minions,
and he wasted Ophelia ulti, so even if he did have buyback, he wouldn't be able to ulti, so...
Yeah, it's a free tower.
It might be a free base tower as well. I mean, Tempest still has ultimate tree, and they didn't lose any ults. They just picked them off.
That is very true.
One thing that I wish maybe Tree might have gone or something was a Bear Idol. I think if you're pushing this early on, you definitely, especially against like an Aluna Torturer, you need that Bear Idol.
I could agree with you on that one for sure. Hag as well putting out a ton of magic damage. Double damage on Draconis wears off, but not before he's able to get about 75% of the tower damage done. Ophelia does come back up, but like you said, no ultimate available for 70 additional seconds. And no creeps. Hammerstorm throw going to go out onto Draconis. Doesn't disjoint that one. Going to continue pounding the attacks uphill though. And the tower's getting very, very close to dead. If that does die, well, it's going to make coming back for round 2 very easy for the Pikachu team to take that Rax.
Torture just picked up his Shrunken Head just in time for this team fight too.
Hammerstorm got his portal key as well.
Awesome.
So coL's buying out on a couple of items, hoping that if the team fight should come, that they'll be prepared. Hammerstorm looking like he wants to throw a hammer at somebody.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Complexity needs to defend this, but they're gonna have a hard time because they have to watch out for a Pebbles pick-off, toss back into the team, or
yeah,
a PK from the tree, a PK from the Tempest.
Hellflower just picked up on Hag.
Yeah, they're basically just baiting the Draconis and just.
Yeah, if they're
the Hag had to sell his Ring of the Teacher to afford the third.
Not a big deal.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Actually, it's a huge deal. Hammerstorm goes in with the Hammerstorm stun. Nice Rhapsody ult going to be saving Draconis. The Root goes in.
Nice
Big Elemental Void catching 3 right now. And Complexity's going to be in some trouble. Hammerstorm takes out Rhapsody in the background. But Ophelia's going to be going down. She's going to be joining Hag and Aluna, who are both already dead. And the Rack's now completely exposed. Complexity, no buybacks available. Melee Rack's going to be dropping very, very quickly here.
They could essentially just go top after this, too.
Oh, the combo comes in. Chuck back onto Torture. Sham's going to get caught out. He's going to go down. Hammerstorm, the only one up for Complexity. And talk about getting caught. Complexity now looking good throughout this game. All of a sudden, middle towers are gone. They're probably going to lose their bottom tower as well.
I would not get greedy if I was Pika. I would get that the outer tower and then go back. They don't have any more.
I think they got. Yeah, no. Get the outer tower and back. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, don't go base.
Don't go base. I agree with you on that. But all of a sudden, Pika back in the lead. 4,000 gold and experience. Great team fight there. Able to get the initiation off from that Pebbles. Huge follow-up route into a fantastic Elemental Void. Rhapsody using her ultimate, the Protective Melody, to save Draconis, who was the one that got initiated on. They played it perfectly, and Complexity just had no response to it. In Complexity, they're going to have to battle back with 1 racks down now.
Yeah, like that goes back to as I was saying, they better get that Tempest. They're lucky they randomed it. I mean...
Yeah, I think that
if they got the Glacius or other hero was an engineer or something, definitely would be in this good of shape right now. The Tempest ults have been making big differences, and they're good throughout the whole game.
Yeah, I think that if they hadn't gotten it, they would have asked for a remake.
Yeah,
but that would have been unfortunate.
If
so
they wanted it, I mean, they could have wanted something else, but I'm glad they wanted the Tempest.
Yeah, I think that was by far the most logical choice. Taking a look at gold per minute, Draconis very, very close now to overtaking Hammerstorm as top farmer in the game, both of them encroaching upon that 500 gold per minute mark. But with that middle racks down, of course, the half golden experience coming out from those creeps, Complexity, unless they're able to take a big advantage, will continue to fall further and further behind with that racks down.
Yeah, at this point, I think what they're going to do is they're going to push top. They're probably going to ward up the Hellborn jungle, control the jungle till all their ults are back up, and then push again. And Draconis just picked up his Shrunken Head.
Yeah, Draconis gets even more tanky. Now 25 minutes in with the Geobane Shrunken Head, and going to be hitting level 16 very quickly here. Now, talk about somebody that's made a recovery. Pebbles, he was doing very bad in the bottom lane. He's back up to 321 gold per minute, level 14, and he's been getting some huge initiations off with Stalagmites chuckbacks into his team. He's been responsible for at least like 3 or 4 of the kills in these fights.
And he almost has his health flower now.
Yeah.
He recovered really well, but that's from, like I said, the outer tower, the early towers, and that one team fight.
Yeah.
Mid.
Hammerstorm just picked up an Elder Parasite. Is Complexity going all in on this?
I mean, I think that's not a bad item on Hammer, but I think it's a good item with like a Tempest on your team or something.
Yeah,
you don't really have.
They don't have
You don't have
lockdown.
no one that can keep them together. No bubbles, no tree, no like the Tempest, no like Flux Engine, none of thing that can keep them together. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
So he's just gonna get kited.
He's gonna get kited and take some more damage.
That's what I feel like. Hammerstorm's just gonna get kited. So.
Very, very true, but this is what you do when you have all of your opponent's base towers down and a racks down. You sit in front of their base, you keep all the lanes pushed up, and you farm their jungle. Their Pikachu's playing it correctly, slow pushing, doing a good job at resource managing, and if they keep this up, they should be in a good position to secure this lead and take the game.
And Peter has a really good ward. I mean, and especially in these high-level games, you don't want to ward that hill that you normally always ward, where you see that Zichi has a ward there. Because it's going to get countered. That's a really good lane ward by Peter.
I'm going to be honest, I don't even see where it is.
It's by the tower.
Oh, by the tower. There we go. There we go. I was looking out like on the ledge.
Like
up
the
the
other
other
ledge,
side.
the other hill.
Yeah, up the other side of the ramp. You sometimes see him over there,
Yeah.
but
Yes,
couldn't
yes,
find
each
it.
place to counter where there. So right now they think they have no vision, but they really do have vision of like Draconis reps, like up that hill,
Yeah.
Pebbles, Draconis reps. They have vision of all of them.
And Tree, of course, who is being killed. Animated trees, and this is what you do though. You slow push it out with the Keeper of the Forest and the Tempest. They're able to knock down some of the beat tower HP.
Still wait for that Barrier Idol.
Yeah.
It's good. Like they can get it anytime now and be good.
Yeah, Kongor is available as well if they choose to go down there and do that at some point. Catch Complexity out of position. They will have to push back that bottom wave at some point. It's been kind of pushing onto their own second tier tower, but
I think getting Congo right now isn't a bad idea, but they're gonna lose their 2 wards top in the jungle because they're gonna get countered the moment they leave.
yeah.
I think that's what they're thinking. They're like, well, we already placed our wards. We're gonna lose them if we leave. Either we stay here or do Kongor.
I think they should take the tower and then do Kongor and then dive the racks.
Dive Fountain.
That's my plan. Pikachu, if you guys need a strategy coach, hit me up. My fees are completely reasonable. Completely reasonable. I also accept sisters. Yep.
Sisters, huh?
Yep.
Is there a cute sister on the Pika
I
team?
don't know, probably. Nerds always have cute sisters, right? I don't know. Soul's Bulwark on Keeper of the Forest. He might be making his way toward that Demonic. He picked that up instead of the Barrier Idol. But that defensive tower continues to take more and more pressure. Bound Eye has also been picked up onto Ophelia, so she's going to be able to get the counter warding done, like you said, as soon as they step off of this tower. Pika continues to slow push every time they make their way up. Draconis goes in for like 2 attacks. Hammerstorm Sun goes out. Bat Blast going to catch Rhapsody. Tempest might be in a little bit of trouble. Shook and Head activated. Wretched Hag in some trouble. Ophelia's gift going to be going out, and she will actually be able to save herself. Going to try to turn it around. Pebbles is going to go down. Keeper of the Forest going to be very soon to follow. One more auto attack, and he will go down. Hag comes back in after being teleported home by Ophelia, and the only one left now is Draconis. Hammerstorm is there, but Draconis is able to get out. Complexity said enough of your games. Just initiated, caught Pika out of position, and they were able to get a very, very quick pick off onto the key players. It took a great team fight.
And that goes back to what I was saying, Pika, one of the best initiators, you know? I mean, it shows right there. And it goes to show that really good lane ward top, as I was saying.
Yep.
Because Pika, like I said, Pika assumed that there was no lane ward. So like, okay, we can sit here on this hill. We can be clumped up. They're not going to see us, you know?
Yeah.
And with that ward at the tower, gave them full vision, got a triple stun on the Hammerstorm. They're all clumped together, cleaving.
Yeah, it was a very good job there from Complexity. Like you said, B-Kid, one of the best initiators. I really have to imagine that, like, in B-Kid's sense of the world, right before he goes in, the entire world just kind of, like, slows down. He tunnel visions and just sees 3 people standing together, and he's like, my time is now. Just activates that portal key and drops a hammer on their faces.
No, I'm pretty sure he's not even thinking. I think he's just thinking he's like swag all day.
Yeah, there you go.
He's not even thinking about the game. He's like, all right, I'm gonna do this swag all day.
I don't know. I don't know how he sees those opportunities, but he gets pretty good initiations off most of the time, and that was one of them. Wretched Hag picks up her Shrunken Head as well. She finishes that up. Now in base, B-Kid sitting on 3,000 gold as well, so he will be able to pick something up relatively soon. And 2,100 picked up on Torture. We'll see if he picks up a Blessed Orb. Maybe makes his way towards something like a Sheepstick.
I still think I still think you need to get another Hellflower.
Yeah,
it's just so good against the Legion team.
I think
Especially
Hammerstorm will
with
get
having
one.
a Shrunken Head and being able to PK on a tree and Hellflowering him, or PKing on Tempest Hellflowering him, or even Hellflowering them in the fight.
Yeah, I really do think Hammerstorm might pick one up at some point.
A Hellflower?
Yeah. What do you
I
think?
can see
What do you
that.
think about that? Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, do they have a? They don't have a Bulwark on Hellborn yet, do they?
They don't.
No, he's probably going to end up going Demonic first, then maybe.
Yeah, either Haxorn or B-Kid will be going Demonic eventually. I see it on Hag every once in a while.
Yeah, I do
So-
too.
We'll see if Hax does go for that. Now, on the other side of things, Pebbles still getting pretty close to that Hellflower, and a Slayer being picked up on Draconis, so working on that Savage.
I really think that Legion should either get a Storm Spirit or a Barrier Idol.
Yeah, they need both for sure.
I mean, or both. I mean, because if they weren't clumped right there, and if whoever Hammerstorm initiates on, you just throw them up in the air as soon as Aki gets Hellflowered, and then there's the fight pretty much.
Yeah, if Pebbles was able to finish his Hellflower, say 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, before that fight, and then start working toward a Storm Spirit, that'd be fantastic. But do you think that he should have gotten a Storm Spirit before going that Hellflower?
That's debatable. I mean, if they're pushing, and he had the money for it, I think a Storm Spirit's not a bad idea. But if they're gonna farm and pick off people, then Hellflower is definitely the better choice.
Certainly, okay.
But if they're pushing there, I think Storm Spirit would have been a really good pickup, as long as he could afford it.
Yeah, we see a Neophyte's book picked up on Rhapsody, but and she's doing the hard support thing. She's not going to be able to finish the other 2,200 gold necessary for that Storm Spirit anytime soon, unless they're able to take like a 5 for nothing where she gets 2 kills and then takes a Rax and a Kongor.
I really hope she turns that Neophyte's book into a Storm Spirit. I don't think a push book really does much for the Legion team against the Hellborn team. Like, the push book, the item is really good, but I don't think it does anything against them. So Storm Spirit does a lot.
Yeah, that's true. So we'll see if she might even pick that up. I know that a lot of supports do favor going that push stick, but when you do have jump-in initiation like the Wretched Hag with the Hellflower, you need the Storm Spirit. That's a great counter, like you've been saying. So Hellflower finished up on Pebbles. So speaking of those, he finally cleans that one up with his third Arcana.
Yeah, that top fight was pretty big throw. But I mean, not a lot of people know about having that lane ward top. Like, that was huge. That won them the fight. That gave them the vision they needed, and it also mind gamed them because Pika's sitting there like, okay, they have no vision of us. We can just relax and just slowly bite at the tower, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And now you see Frenzy throwing up a different lane ward. Now it's going to be deep in there, so that if they come up and they try to de-ward around that tower, then they're still going to have sight from back, way far back.
And Moon has his 3 Skeleton Kings to stop the Tempest Ultimate. Well positioned is. They set that up really well.
Yeah, I completely agree. So now both teams just kind of content to farm a little bit more complexity. They've retaken the gold lead and sitting on a pretty 4,000 experience lead as a Hammerstorm Illusion gets caught out. Tree's still not working on that barrier idol that you were talking about. It looks like he will be going for a demonic instead, which is of course a great item to have, but
yeah, now they're playing so passive now. They're like so scared to push because they got outplayed big.
yeah, that's something that happens when you are a David versus a Goliath per se. When you're going up against a team like Complexity as one of the middle tier or lower tier teams in the Diamond League, I see it all the time from teams like One Trick Pony or here from Pikachu or from Lions, that they'll get an advantage and they'll press the advantage, lose one team fight, and then they'll just be scared the entire rest of the game.
I was teaming with Trout and Moon the other day against Peter and them, and we were up much, and then Moon was like, time to pull a Lion and just turtle now that we're up until we get 2 cheeses and Aegis.
Yeah, Lion.
Like, okay.
I like Lion. They're one of my favorite teams to cast, but they can be very turtley sometimes. And I feel like everybody going up against your TDMs, your SGs, your complexities, they have a tendency to be too passive because they know that their opponents are very skilled and they don't want to get outplayed and throw. But sometimes
they want to play it safe. I mean, it's safe to use getting 2 bananas and an Aegis. I guess that's what you want to do.
And having 7,000 gold on all 3 of your farming heroes to buy back twice. Yeah.
And Boots of Chapel.
Yeah. What is this, Chinese Dota? Come on.
This seems like they're going to be pushing here now.
Yeah. Francie's ward expiring in about 11 seconds, so they've
That's unfortunate.
somehow timed it out really well.
Ghosting.
Ghosting indeed. No, we are, of course, on a 6-minute delay, so that's not possible.
No, I'm just trolling.
I know, but somebody's going to make a forum thread. Guys, Beef just said that they were ghosting on his stream. No, come on, guys.
They're just trolls.
Don't do that to me.
I'm sorry.
Nothing for you to be sorry about.
I forgot people are people.
Soul's Bulwark picked up on Hammerstorm, so he's going to be finished up that demonic before he gets his Hellflower. Because I'm sure he's going to get a Hellflower.
positive?
No, the Souls is on negative right now. No, sorry, that was a terrible, terrible joke.
Okay.
That was awful. Like, I should actually be imprisoned for that one. Okay. Defensive tower might be in its last breath here. Nice deny. Very good job from Haxer to get the deny.
Picking off that Skeleton King. Like, see how he has the 3 Skeleton Kings separated, so no matter where he gets picked off, one of them will be able to stop the Tempest Ultimate.
Yeah, and that's something we haven't talked about. That's the only way that they have to stop that Tempest Ultimate now that Shrunken has been picked up, is with those Skeleton Kings. But Moon, he's forming a big triangle of isosceles.
The isosceles triangle.
Isosceles triangle of interrupting Tempest Ultimates. So actually, initiation going to come out on the Hammerstorm. In comes the combo. Hammerstorm into trouble. The root going to come out. Hammerstorm will fall right there. Bevel's taking a lot of damage. Wretched Hag in some trouble as well. She's going to fall. Torture is down as well. Elemental Void not catching anybody. Ophelia is going to go down. In comes Hammerstorm. He buys back. Wretched Hag buys back. Torture buys back as well. And now it looks like Pikachu going to be in a little bit of trouble. Shrunken Head activated on the Hammerstorm. He's going to try to run down some players. Not quite able to. Wretched Hag. They will catch out Keeper of the Forest. He's going to fall as well as Pebbles. So 3 Buymax had to come out there of the Hellborn team, but they were able to take out 2 of their opposing team's players and save the racks.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that was really... Even though they didn't get the racks and they lost 2 people, I still think that was won by Pika. They used 3 buybacks. And if Tree portal keyed in a better area, they would have only lost Pebbles.
Yeah, if he had portal keyed somewhere else to
like the left instead of down or something, because if you down, they still see if there's a ward up on the top hill, they still see him.
Yeah, that's true.
And they have an eye from on the Aluna.
True. But still, I agree with you that Pika did win that fight. Of course, a lot of gold being expended. You got to figure each one of those buybacks probably cost about 1,500 gold.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 4,500 gold plus gold lost, and you're talking about 6,000 gold expended there. And well, a lot of those kills going to Draconis. You got a hat trick. So Mr. P now up at 515 gold per minute. This is the point of the game where you're like, okay, well, complexity's looking really good.
In ages.
But there's a dragon. And Kongor's up. Actually, Kongor going to be going down here in favor of complexity. Elder Parasite being activated from Hammerstorm. He's just wailing away on that kid. Hitting for 353 damage. And Kongor will drop very, very quickly here.
Give it to Hag, probably. Yeah.
Token of Life picked up on Haxer. And now, if we take a look at buybacks, who does have one available right now? It is going to be B-Kid has one available and Haxer has one available. And I don't think either of them will be spending anytime soon. Important to note that Torture did pick up a portal key. He didn't go for that route with a Hellflower or a Sheep Stick like I was thinking. But does go for the portal key. Wants to have that follow-up initiation after Hag and Hammerstorm.
Yeah, I think that's a good item.
Okay.
Just the problem is they have to be the ones initiating, and the only time that happened was that one time Pika did, and when they did, they destroyed that team fight.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it comes down to not having vision. They weren't comfortable initiating because they didn't have vision again. This time, Franzi's going to have a Ward of Sight out there once more. That's not going to expire 10 seconds before they needed to initiate, and that was just so unfortunate.
Here's the predicament Pika's in, though. Like, they can push and use their ultimates, probably kill the same heroes again, but then they're going to buy back again. Like, that's just going to happen. That's the predicament they're in.
Well, then they're going to be out of buybacks.
Yeah, so that I'm pretty sure that's why Pika's just farming for buybacks themselves.
Yeah.
Just in case.
But
it's still a really big predicament to be in. It's like, okay, we want to push. They have no tower now. We can push their base, get their racks. But they're probably going to buy back as soon as we kill them, and our ults are going to be on cooldown, and we're going to lose the fight.
Yeah, I think that Pika is probably wise right now not to look for an engagement while the Token of Life is on Hag. Of course, 5.5 minutes left on that. I'm sure they've got somebody watching a timer.
I wrote it down. Notepad.
There you go. I really do wish that there was something that told you when that was coming back up like they have in Dota 2. That's a cool feature, at least for observers.
For observers, yes. For if you're in the game, not so much.
Yeah, you got to write it down. You got to have your notepad. Increase your APM and your skill requirement. Hammerstorm sitting on 4,500 gold now, just really banking on those buybacks. But once again, it looks like the Pika team, I keep wanting to call them Lions, Pika, they are pushing up into this top lane. And they're doing a good job, once again, though, of keeping the resource management going, farming their opponent's jungles, making sure to extend their lead. They're only at 2,000 gold and less than 1,000 experience now. But they're making sure not to give that back to Complexity, who will sometimes, even though they're behind, all of a sudden start closing experience and gold gaps, and then next thing you know, Complexity's ahead again.
Yep, here's the trifecta with the Scalding Kings. Hammer just picked up a Rift Shards level 1. I don't know what level is it.
Yeah, it should be
level 1. Yeah, he did level 1, so he still has a buyback.
Oh, Hag comes in, applies the Hellflower onto Draconis. Wretched Hag's going to be going down, though. Token of Life going to bring her back up in the back of things. Tempest activates that Shrunken Head. He's going to try to get in there, but it looks like Rhapsody's going to be falling in the background. Elemental Void catching nobody, so not even needed to interrupt. Ophelia's going to be going down. Hammerstorm also falls in the background. Book gets the kill on him, and now that melee Rax is going to be falling. Complexity in some trouble as they're going to lose their second set of Rax. Hag comes back in, but coL, Hammerstorm has to buy back. Ophelia's still down. Stalagmite's out onto a Luna. She's going to take the fall. Hammerstorm in the middle of things as he's Hellflower, not able to get that Hammerstorm throw. Bat Blast hits 3 players there. Hammerstorm falls without getting anything done, though. Hag going to have to run away. Power Throw going out as the 2 players remaining from Complexity are trying to defend. Hag comes back in, though. She might be in some trouble. Down goes, it looks like that was Tempest, and Hag now hit by the Stalagmite. She will fall. Haxor getting a little bit cocky. And
that was game. They played it really well. I mean, Tempest did hold pretty much no one, but he did get the 3 Skeleton Kings and an Ophelia, so didn't get interrupted from that.
Wow, so nice job there from Pikachu. They're able to even up the score, now 1-1. So we're going to be going to a game 3, guys. After that first game...
That was a total, reverse. They got 16-minute CC the first game. In that game, that was actually a really, really good game.
It was a very good game. It was very back and forth. There was golden experience swings from both teams multiple times. So very excited to be going into game 3, though, Lalond. We're, of course, going to go to a very quick break and get that one set up. Any final words about that game, though?
No, I just hope for a really good game this one. I mean, I'm sure Complexity's not going to pull anything crazy. They're going to go their safe route.
Yeah, I think that you're probably right, but this is the first time I've seen him lose with a Hammerstorm, I think. So nice job to Pika, though. Able to bring that one back. We're going to go into Game 3, guys. This is coLcast bringing you coverage of HoN Tour Diamond number 2 live. Winners round 1, Complexity taking on Pikachu. Of course, before we go to a break real quick, I want to give some shout-outs to the sponsors of Complexity. Of course, ComplexityGaming.com for allowing us to put on coLcast, Facebook.com/ComplexityGaming, and Twitter @ComplexityLive. You can follow them over there and let them know that you really do appreciate coLcast coverage of Sound Blaster Heroes League, Complexity Scrims, or the HoN Tour matches that we're covering. And of course, a big shout out to QPad, PNY, Origin, and Creative Sound Blaster, the supporters of Complexity and coLcast. Make sure to let them know that you do appreciate us being here. Guys, we're going to go to a very quick break, get game number 3 set up. Don't go anywhere. coLcast, HoN Tour action. We'll be right back.